16U versus Elgin P1. Marco at the top. Marco wins it back to Doogie. Doogie swipes the Connor. Connor to Coulter. Coulter back to Doogie. Up to Marco on the stick. Came over Zach. Marco intercepts. Marco tries to cut it in, can't get anything. Zach with a hit, tries to free it, it's pinned. Tries to free it again. Goes up the wall. Connor too. Connor loses it, still a little wet down there. Eventually comes to Coulter. Coulter puts it back down towards Duke. Ooh, Duke's, Elgin kid snaps his stick in the back of the net, and Coulter sends it in wide of the net. I was going to say Zach held it, but it was actually the ref that held it. Thank you, ref. Intercept by Cam. Pass to Lopez, doesn't go. Dana tries to take it. It's picked up by Lopez to Dana. Ooh! Dana gets cross-checked in the throat. Alright, medic does not need to come out, luckily. So we're going to go to the power play. Marco's out there on the dot. Oh, waiting on the refs. It's on. Refs are having a conference down here. Not sure what about. That's what we're waiting on. Nope. The other guy's coming in. The puck back to Gabe. After winning the face-off, Gabe puts it back down deep. Marco to it first. Tries to get it to Liam, gets it back himself. Then goes to Liam. Liam up to Gabe. Gabe back to Liam. Liam chips it to Marco. Marco back to Liam. Liam thought about cross to Parker. Decided to go across to Coulter. Didn't go. Then back up to Gabe. Gabe cross to Coulter. Coulter up to Parker. Parker has a bounce on his stick. Gabe back to Corral. Gabe up through Liam. Sent all the way down. And Elgin there first. A little shoulder by Parker knocks it free for Liam. Liam to Gabe. Coulter, yep, okay, Coulter has it out of the zone. He goes across to Marco. Marco chips it down. Gabe gets there first, gets it out to Coulter. Coulter chips it over to Mitch. Mitch back to Coulter. Coulter shot over the net. Mitch. Ooh, over to Gabe. Gabe dumps it down, goes to Marco. Marco chips it back up to Gabe. Gabe back down to Marco. Marco to Liam. Liam up to Manch. Manch. Shot gets blocked. Intercept by Gabe. Gabe across to Liam. Liam to Willie. Shot. Save. Gets set. All the way down. Manch is going to go retrieve. Manch goes across to Doogie. Doogie through center. Should have done the kick out. Intercept by Lopez. Lopez. Pass doesn't go through. Starts going the other way. Set ball down. Vaughn's going to play. Vaughn up to Lopez. Lopez across to Zach. Zach up to Cam. Cam. Low shot and in. Goal. Lopez with the jumping hug. Cam with the power play goal. I believe Zach was the assist. So we have 12, 95, 96, 14, and that's it. So 16. Don't worry, Dana. I'll get your point in there too. Or your plus. Lopez loses the draw. Doogie to it. Doogie, bad turnover in the middle. Luckily they hit their own guy. Can't really hit behind. Goes to Dude. Dude just wipes it clear. He's getting hit multiple times behind the play. He's fine. Ooh, gets checked in. Lopez and Connor run into each other. They have no idea where the puck was, but he still ends up blocking the shot and taking it. Connor dumps it in. He's going to go after it. Connor gets it to Morgan. Morgan goes to Will. Will with a low shot tipped by Lopez just wide. Lopez for Will. Will gets knocked down. Comes back to Lopez. Will has it. Low shot. Doogie tries to hold the point. Doesn't work. He's got to regroup. Tag up. Oh, he's passes to Lope. Lope was in the process of changing. Already looking at the bench. Comes back down. Dana's to it. Dana up to Will. Will loses the puck. Glad that centering pass didn't work. Shot blocked by Dana. That was Nolan who knocked it up to Dana, and then Dana to Morgan. Morgan gets hit. Connor with a hit. Connor not happy. Duty brings it around. Goes to Morgan. Morgan to Will. Will tries to get it up. It's hit hard. Nolan. Nolan's still going after. Gabe at the point. Gets knocked off. He looks around, decides to dump. We're in the process of a line change. Didn't have a lot of support. Gabe intercepts again. Shot by Liam. Still loose in front. Parker can't hold at the point. He's going to regroup. Makes a move. Decides to circle back. Goes to Liam. Liam goes back to Parker. Parker through center. Loses it. Liam knocks it away. Leaves it for Gabe. Gets shot into Liam. Liam across to Parker. Parker. Oh. Misses Gabe, but it goes to Coulter. Into the shin pads, but Marco is able to send it down. Comes around to Gabe on the point. Gabe dumps it back in. Cam in pursuit. Tries to hold. Gets through. Slows it up enough for Coulter. Coulter gets it to Cam. Cam sends it to Parker on the point, but it jumps. Parker preventing. be another Moose power play. Marco's like, what's going on, guys? Like, it was fine. Alright, seems like we got a lot more players out there than we need to. There we go. Alright, Lopez at the dot. Lopez wins it back to Manch. Manch back to Doogie. He holds the line. Goes back to Manch. Manch with a shot. Glove save. Lopez ties it up with a draw. Passes it back to Manch. Manch feathers it across, but out of the zone. Doogie regroups. And he passes it. Goes to Manch. Coulter gets put to the bench. Coulter with the hook. A little bit of extra motivation. He's going a little faster. Let's hit off the puck. Through Doogie all the way down. Doogie's going to take his ice. Gets through. Doogie, shot save. Loose it. Puts it out in front. Comes to Lopez. Lopez goes across to Dana. Dana, shot. That's Zach in front. Vaughn comes out to play. In pursuit. Dana spins around. Gets to Lope. Oof. Lope runs into a brick wall, but it goes to Morgan. Morgan turns. Shot misses the net. Comes towards Gabe. Gabe did a nice job of shoulder checking. Make sure no one was behind him before he stepped. Oh no. Connor falls down during a line change. Shot saved by Vaughn, and the breakaway comes out to Will. Will misses Gabe, comes all the way down for an icing. Gabe sending it just past Morgan. Parker to Morgan. It's chipped back through center. Over Parker's stick, but he's going to go back to retrieve. Decides to go for the hit instead of the puck. Oof. And Morgan gets crushed, but makes the pass. Vaughn pirouetting through as he was trying to get to the bench on the delayed penalty. All right. Another Moose power play. Marco to the face-off. Goes to Elgin. They try to get it out. Oh, sorry. Manch holds the line. Good job, Manch. Low shot covered. We'll do another face-off. Marco wins it back. Manch tries to put it down and it's intercepted. chips it across. It's intercepted. Another line change. Nolan's just going to cover. He says no, no, no. So there's just over a minute left in the power play. Wins it to Connor. Connor's going to carry. Connor tries to chip it up. Gets sent all the way down. Gabe to Gabe. Bounce pass. Goes past Zach. It's sent back down to Gabe. Gabe across to Dana. Dana back to Gabe. Gabe up through Zach again. Back to Gabe. Gabe. Back to Cam. Back to Gabe again. Offside. Draw. Morgan puts it back to Gabe. Gabe goes across to Dana. Dana bounce pass, misses Morgan. Comes back to Dana on the point. Tries to hold, tries to get it back in. Will tries to put it back in. Nope. Elgin comes out with it. Nolan with a good stick takes the puck. Still has it, can't get a pass on. And they send it all the way down. They are the first ones to it. Shot blocked by Dana. Gabe blows the tire but gets back up. Gabe feeding pass towards Morgan, doesn't go. Parker takes the puck. Parker, I don't know if that was a pass or if he was just dumping it. We're still on the power play, so Dana tries to get it to Will. Dana gets it back out. They lay it off. Parker has it. They tag up. They come. Parker carries. Dumps it in. He decides to pursue. Alright, we've got a delayed penalty on us. They pull their goalie. Tag it up, boys. Oh! There we go. And he's still going after Mitch. Liam comes in and says, no, you don't. Liam's still going after him. Alright, so Parker's gonna go. Guy from Elgin's gonna go. I think we're 5-on-5. I'll say. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but the ref was making fun out. The guy goes, well, you were stupid and got rid of your power play. Doogie over the game. Gabe up to Marco. Marco goes to carry. Nope, no trip on that one. Probably said, you know what, we're calling enough penalties. Shot save. And Doogie and the Elgin guy run into the net, knock it off. Whistle. To Elgin, intercepted by Doogie. Doogie around bounce is funny, comes back. Doogie to Zach. Zach with a dump. Comes around. Doogie to it. Zach to it. Cam to it. Zach to it. Tries the stuff, doesn't go. Cam tries the stuff, it doesn't go. Well, we're buddies. We're just hanging out. No worries. Lopez was the draw. Cam to Doogie. Doogie sends it around. Gabe holds the point. Gabe shot, save, shot, save. Cam with a hit behind the play. Doogie dumps it down. They try and spring their guy on a breakaway, but icing and face-off in there. Back to Manch. Manch, the shot. And into the glove. We'll do it again. Nolan will try to get it to Morgan. It does work. Morgan passes it to nobody. Back. Dana dumps it down deep. Tag up, get back onside. Nolan takes the puck away, gets it to Morgan. Morgan tries for a shot, it gets blocked. Will gets blown up in front of the net. The puck wasn't anywhere near. So there's going to be another penalty. And then Dana gets blown up away from the play. All right, so kid got 2 for interference and 2 for charging. So I don't know if he's going to sit for 4 or if they're going to pull another kid. All right, Marco wins it back, goes to Dude. Dude puts it back down to Coulter. Coulter shot on net, kicked. That definitely would not have counted. And that was Liam. Doogie over to Gabe, got deflected by Marco high and over. Goes to Coulter. Coulter's pass bounced out front, goes to Doogie. Doogie tries to put it back down to Coulter, misses. Marco takes it. Marco up to Doogie. Doogie. Low deceptive shot. Gabe shot blocked. Deflected in the net. Alright. I have to duck down to see the scoreboard from where I'm standing. So yes, they did get 4. Got him reset. Marco loses the draw. He gets sent all the way down there, looking to spring that guy on the breakaway. Vaughn plays it, goes off the stick, but luckily goes to Gabe. Gabe carries, puts it to Coulter. Coulter, long shot. Comes to Gabe. Gabe, up to Marco. Marco, across to Doogie. Doogie down to Coulter. Coulter back up to Marco. Marco's shot deflected into the net. Netting. Not the net, into the netting. Lopez at the dot. Lopez wins it to Parker. Parker walks, tries to get the shot, gets blocked. And sent all the way down. Ball out to play. Cam and Doogie trying to figure out who should get it. They said pass it to the corner. Doogie takes it, makes a move. He's going to skate. Doogie loses it. Lopez picks it up. Lopez looks, goes back towards Zach. Zach holds it. Back to Doogie. Doogie, cross corner. Lopez picks it up. Lopez up to Doogie. Doogie with a shot, save. Comes down to Parker. Parker gets it across to Lopez. Lopez up to Doogie. Doogie gets blocked off. Parker's going to get there first, send it back to Doogie. Doogie pulls and goes in between Cam and Zach for an icing. Ice, it's blocked off. Dana picks it up. Dana tries to go through multiple people, falls down. Comes in on net, Vaughn with the save. Vaughn's going to play it out to Parker. Parker loses it. Morgan in. Nope. Knocked away by Dana to Morgan. Morgan loses the puck, comes back to Dana. Dana waits till we're back onside, goes to the center, shot goes wide. It's on the back of the net. Play keeps going. Center, all the way down. Dana's the first one there, loses the puck. Manch with a hit. Yeah, Manch with another hit, intercepted by Dana. Gets it up to Liam. Liam comes to Coulter. Coulter, I don't know if that was a dump or a shot that missed. Parker, ooh, or not Parker, Mancho with a shot deflected off an Elgin player, but saved by the goalie. Wins it back. Everyone backs away from it. Manch steps up. He passes it to Coulter. Coulter puts it back to Manch. Manch puts it low. Marco, tries to deflect it. Then the shot goes over the net. Comes back. Gabe puts it over to Manch. net. Shot gets blocked. Liam chips it around. Comes around. Alright, penalty has expired. Gabe maintains as he's getting knocked over. Walks away. Shot. Save. Marco wins it back to Parker. Parker spins, dumps to Coulter. Coulter gets blocked, comes back to him, gets to Parker. Parker shot over the net, bounces out in front, bounces over Doogie's stick. Liam tries to put it back, goes wide. Coulter to Doogie, Doogie to Liam, Liam back to Parker. He's got a regroup, dumps it in deep. Lopez to Parker. Parker to Lopez. Lopez to Liam. Liam to Coulter. Coulter in on net from outside the blue line. Oh, stepped in. Almost intercepted by Doogie. Knocked away by Parker to Cam. Cam goes to Doogie, although I think it was deflected. Doogie gets around Parker. Parker puts it in on net. Weird little bounce. And Parker puts it back down and Zach's going to it. Goes past him. Goes out to Doogie at center. Doogie on Parker. Parky. Parker dumps it in for change. Dana rips it cross corner. I really hope he was trying to dump that because that was not even close. Lopez loses it. Knocked away by Vaughn. Goes to Doogie, but there's a hook by Dana, I believe. Alright, so Dana goes for two. It's going to be a Elgin power play. And that was Nolan who won it to Gabe. Gabe got it out. There's 15 seconds left in the period. Everyone's lucky he didn't go for a trip there. Mitch knocked it out. And Gabe sends it all the way down